It is time to welcome on the show storyteller Raphael Rodan. He is here to tell us all about the International Storytelling Festival Amsterdam that is going on until the 9th of November. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
To the studio, Raphael. How's it going?
It's nice to be here.
Yeah? Are you done telling stories?
Never done. The day I'll done telling stories, I'll die.
You will die. So then we will be sure not to hear any more stories from you, Raphael. You are a storyteller. Is that okay if I say that? You're also an actor, and you do workshops too.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you're well, let's say you're performing here in the festival. What have you done so far?
Well, originally I'm from Israel, and at the age of 28 I left. I lived 5 years in the UK. And then in the last 8 months, life has brought me to Amsterdam.
Okay.
Love.
Yeah. Not uncommon.
A beautiful Dutch girl.
I'm already totally into this story.
I'm pretty sure you tricked her with a story. Come on, it was just, you know.
She's a dancer, you see.
Okay.
So she's the opposite than what I do.
Yeah.
I use words, she uses her body.
Yeah, like, that sounds like a good combination to me.
Beautiful combination.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm working with storytelling in different ways. Like, because I grew up in Israel, one of my main things is how can you use storytelling in order to bring different beliefs and cultures together in situations of conflict. So this is kind of the core of what I do. Also, the shows that I do relate to that. So the Kingdom of Fire and Clay relate to that as well. And the Storytelling Festival is a unique event. And I know the organizer for 3 years now, Arjen Barel.
Yeah, correct. Arjen Barel, yeah.
I wrote him an email 3 years ago saying, would you like to meet for a beer? And I'm very lucky I wrote beer because he loves beer.
I think storytellers love beer.
If it was wine, you wouldn't be here right now.
So
exactly.
I want to know more about this conflict you mentioned, right? But what is so special about the Storytelling Festival?
The Storytelling Festival, what is special about it is that, first of all, it is bringing different cultures from different places around the world. For example, now we have people from England, from Norway. Even you have a Palestinian guy that will do a show in Arabic. You have a Moroccan guy that is challenged by understanding his identity, whether he's Moroccan or Dutch. So it always works with the questions of multicultural questions. And Amsterdam is the city with the most spoken languages in the world. Did you know that?
I did know that, actually, yes.
Is it 180? I don't know.
Well, now you tell me, I don't know. I just know. Yeah. But, I mean, it's very relevant to the city. And what the Storytelling Festival does, it works with relevant questions. So we all see in the news what's happening in the Middle East now.
So the things that go on now, basically, in the world that keep people busy.
Yeah. So we try, in the Storytelling Festival, we work with them. So, for example, on Sunday, there will be a show that will be of a Palestinian guy, and he's telling about his experiences in 2000, in the Intifada that was. A very painful story about his uncle.
So, is it then when I would go to this festival and I would visit one of the, well, let's call it a performance, and I would sit there, is it just me sitting there and receiving all the stories, or is there any way that people participate?
It's a very special event because we are used in a theater to a very particular kind of setting. So we are used to sit and observe, right? And observe what is happening. And in a way, you're very protected, you're very safe. You sit there, it's like, you know, it's a live TV show. But storytelling, what it does, it breaks down this barrier between the audience and the listeners. Mm-hmm. So it is all about connection, communication. So good storytelling will be storytelling when the teller is just really speaking to his audience. Yeah? And every time it's different because every time is a different audience. Yeah? So it's about connection. So you would come to a theater, there will be like 80, 90, maybe 100 people there, and there'll be a storyteller or a few storytellers on stage speaking about something that means something for them, you see.
And that way they get the message across.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
he's a good storyteller, isn't he? I feel like sitting all relaxed and just, you know, why don't you just you tell a story, I'll just
you touched upon it briefly, Kingdom of Fire and Clay. Tell us about that work.
Well, that is very interesting. Sahand Saheb Divani.
Quite a name.
Yeah, it is a wonderful name. We have Sahand Saheb Divani, is Iranian. We have Anastasis Sarakatsanos, is Greek. And Bas Kiches is Dutch. So we are all performing in that show. Now, Sahand is Iranian. He has the Mezrab club. It's just here, and next to your studio.
You know, before you tell us all about it, right? Because you have a trailer. You brought a trailer of this with you, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why don't we go and take a look and then talk about the trailer right now?
Yes, you see? This is one.
He's scrutinizing the place. Gonna build a checkpoint?
It's so beautiful, isn't it? This Iranian politeness, this poetic soul. You see it in action. You know, it reminds me of something my grandmother used to say. A friend with everyone, Sahand, is a friend with no one.
Ah, that reminds me of something my grandmother used to say. Friendship can have all directions, but it's animosity that has a very clear direction.
Ooh. Well, you know what my grandmother would say about that? You know, people are always looking for a savior. You know the phenomenon? Yeah. Well, there he was, their savior, speaking from the balcony of the tower, and he said something like, "Today I will once more be a prophet."
We're back. That was a bit of the Kingdom of Fire and Clay.
Yeah.
Now, it looked to me not like storytelling, yet it is on the final day of the Storytelling Festival.
Yeah.
So how can you explain that?
Well, in this show, we're really investigating the border between storytelling and theater. So there are moments in which we will really speak to the audience and share something intimate with them. And there are moments that we forget all about the audience and we play the relationship between myself and my colleague, Iranian storyteller, Sahand. And obviously the relationship moved between sometimes being friends and sometimes enemies.
Right.
You see.
So what exactly did we just see? We saw a trailer?
You saw the beginning of the show where we kind of open up, tease each other a little bit. It's all over the backgammon. You see, the backgammon is a symbol in the Middle East.
What kind of symbol is it?
It's the symbol maybe of friendship, of a meeting. You know, they sit there with the backgammon, the coffee, and they play for hours. The women work and the men sit down and play backgammon, you see.
All part of the story. And there was music there too. There's musicians on stage. So what kind of role does music play in the storytelling?
Well, in this particular show, it plays a major role because it's the person that designed the music. He designed music for films. So it is to strengthen the stories, to strengthen the situations, you see.
Emotions.
Yeah, emotions, etc. But generally in storytelling, a lot of people use music because music provokes your imagination, you see.
Yeah.
So,
much like a story.
Exactly.
So before we saw this clip, you mentioned how you grew up in a conflict area. So in what way has that influenced your storytelling?
It is in all the ways, because this is what I am. I am less kind of a storyteller that seeks any stage. So sometimes people come and say, "Hey, come tell a 10-minute story. You know, we have this event," and I say, "No, I am not," because I speak about what means something for me, and my field of investigation is conflict. And I think what's happening now in the world is really, it's just strengthened that decision I made.
So the stories that you're telling, are they, they're obviously based around real life events. How much of it is real and how much is fictional?
That's a good question, but I always tell my students that what is real?
And those are the students in your workshop, right?
Yeah.
Well, I must say, you know, he hasn't really told us a story, but I'm still, you know, just all relaxed and listening to you. I can imagine. So, thank you so much, Raphael, for telling us this. You're not performing anymore at the apart from, of course, the
show on Sunday evening. And also, maybe I could say that throughout the whole weekend there will be different shows, check out the Storytelling Festival. And
we will.
Yeah.
So for more information, you can go to storytellingfestival.nl. Thank you, Raphael.